The number one reason your investments underperform is very clear. Fix this and you'll greatly increase your chances of meeting your financial goals. Financial independence, a well-funded retirement, down payment on a home, whatever your goals are. Well, the reason your investments suck is probably because of you. Low savings rate, constantly changing plans, not investing in the right things, listening to bad advice before getting better informed. But no one wants to hear that. So let's cover the easier and clearer single factor of why your investments perform worse. What is it? Fees. Paying too high of fees. My name is Brandon. I have my master's degree in finance, and I want to see everyone succeed financially. Thanks very much for tuning in. Flipping the question the other way is what researchers asked. They want to know what is the best predictor of good performance for investments. It wasn't having a great investment manager. It wasn't having an old, experienced investor. It wasn't having a fund with a great track record. It wasn't about investing in tech or the next big thing. It was all about having lower fees. Because we have to remember, fees come directly out of investment performance. Your investment returns are directly and negatively impacted by the fees you pay, which is why one of the pillars of your investment plan needs to be keeping costs and fees low. Picture it. 2 roughly equal funds last year earning 8% over the year. One has a fee of 0.5% and the other has a fee of 2%. That means you're left with 7.5% after fees from the first, or only 6% from the other. And if the more expensive fund were to ever catch up, it would have to earn 1.5% more. It doesn't sound like a lot, 1.5%, but at 6%, that's a quarter. It's going to have to find a way to do 25% better. That's tough to do, and research would suggest nearly impossible to do consistently over the long term. Instead, it will on average just do 1.5% worse every year. And that adds up significantly over time, because again, it's not just 1.5%, it's 20% worse than the other fund. So what exactly did the research say? Morningstar, who manages hundreds of billions of dollars, and more importantly, provides one of the largest research platforms that people rely on for their investment funds, dug into the data. They found the best predictor that an investment fund would do better than others was the fee the fund charged. They took different types of funds, for example, US stocks, international stocks, balanced funds that hold both stocks and bonds, and then compared them only against their peer group. They took all the US stock funds, for example, and broke them into 5 groups. Group 1 had the lowest fees, Group 2 had the second lowest, and so on up to Group 5, which contained the most expensive funds. What did they find? They have found that low fees are consistently a good predictor of success. And in the 2010 to 2015 period of this research, it mattered for all the investment types they looked at. Check it out. Looking on the left there at just US stocks, we consistently see worse performance the more expensive the funds get. And that holds true for all the other types as well. The first bar on the left there shows the group of funds with the lowest fees, and then slightly higher fees, slightly higher. We see lower and lower performance. So where has the research led me? If investment fees are the most important, I want to find the cheapest funds I possibly can. That has led me to passive investing, also called index investing. That is where instead of hiring a management team with researchers who try to pick the best stocks at the best time, I want to pay for a simpler setup. Just have the fund essentially buy everything so I get sufficient stock exposure. And this way I don't have to pay for the expertise, which we saw a moment ago isn't the biggest difference maker. If I can bring my investment fees from 2% all the way down to 0.1% with a passive fund, then I'm already 1.9% ahead right out of the gate, guaranteed year after year. Could a fund earn more than that 1.9% and pass my index fund? For sure. Every year, some funds do. But it's not the same funds each time, which is why I expect to have better investment performance over the long term. Keep in mind, though, that the fees should be minimized within their investment type. If stocks aren't a suitable investment for you right now, that's more important than getting a stock fund with low fees. For example, say you have $30,000 for a down payment in 6 months, don't go seeking the lowest fee US stock fund. Park that money in something safer for the short term, a savings account, term deposit, or something similar. There's one exception to paying a higher fee, though, that I see is worth it. You should pay the minimum amount of money you need to that allows you to stick to your long-term investing plans. As Warren Buffett said, the most important quality for an investor is temperament, not intellect. So pay an advisor or a robo-advisor or financial planner as little as you can so you won't be susceptible to deviating from your plans. So that you'll have the discipline month after month to continue to invest your savings, pay someone to help boost your temperament. Plus, your investment knowledge might not be there yet, so you may want to pay a qualified professional to fill in the gaps. If instead you can invest over long term consistently without paying them, even better. If you lived through 2008 or 2020, your portfolio of stocks was down 50% and you thought, oh great, We get to rebalance the portfolio soon and buy more stocks now that they're cheaper. Then I've got good news. You might be able to save more money in fees and thus expect higher investment returns. If that's not you, that's great. Know thyself. Pay the minimum fees you have to, so there's a platform or a person there to help hold your hand when investments are down and you want to take all the money you've left and bury it in the backyard. But don't pay them $1 more, because that's going to directly hurt your investment returns. Was this helpful or not? Give me a thumbs up or down to let me know. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you have a great one. And one more thing, a special thanks to our sponsor for this video, Wisdom. We are able to offer you a very special deal right now. If you don't buy shoes, they are 100% off. That's right, 100% discount. Just use my code, you don't need that, and you can not buy them for $0. Totally free. Also, as a bonus, and this offer isn't for everyone, but if you use my code delayed gratification, you can not buy some new pants for 100% off as well. Thank me later, and a big special thanks to Wisdom and Delayed Gratification.